Hey, in this video we're going to taste and review Canadian Club whiskey, and we'll find out if it's any good right after this. Welcome back to Whiskey Quest. I'm Antonio. Today we're going to be tasting and reviewing the Canadian Club whiskey. This is the first in the lineup of many offerings from them, and it's a 40% 80 proof whiskey. It goes for around $13.99, $15.99 depending where you go. It's widely available. This is one of the classics, and never tried it before, so I thought I'd give it a chance. It's a non-age statement whiskey, but it is rumored to be around 6 years old, so you get this deep gold color. And what Canadian Club likes to do, and this goes for a lot of the Canadian distilleries, they will distill all the ingredients separately. So this is comprised of corn, rye, and malted barley. And once it's all distilled, what they do, they will use an ex-bourbon barrel, and they will marry all the whiskeys and age them all in that barrel. So they believe that that's what gives it its smooth, tasty flavor. So if you're new to my reviews, I usually go through the nose, the taste, and the finish. But then I like to add a little bit of water and see what happens with that. Sometimes it opens up the whiskey and sometimes it doesn't. So let's move on to the review. On the nose, I get a lot of oak right up front. Also get some vanilla, and then there's a nutty note in there. I'd say it's like a nutty almond kind of note there. And then there's also like a orange zest. That's about it on the nose. Let's go on the palate. Cheers. So right up front I get spice from the rye. So that's a huge plus for me. And then followed after that I get some brown sugar. There's also some vanilla, but I don't taste any of the nutty flavors. But it does finish with oaky flavor. It's a very short finish though. Let me add some water and see if it opens up. It's pretty light already, easy drinker, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do one quick drop, not overdo it. So this was created in 1858 by a gentleman named Hiram Walker. I don't think he's related to Johnny Walker, but he started distilling this in Detroit, Michigan. So once Prohibition rolled around, he decided to move his distillery across the Detroit River over to Windsor, Ontario, Canada. And it was during those times that Canadian Club's biggest client was none other than Al Capone. That guy moved a lot of whiskey across that river over to the US. And oddly enough, he didn't go to jail for smuggling whiskey. He went to jail because he didn't pay his taxes. So yeah, make sure you pay your taxes. Another interesting thing about Canadian Club is that it's fictional, but it's the drink of choice of James Bond 007. So if it's good for James Bond, it's good for me. Onto the nose with some water. Let's see what happened with that. So on the nose, I still get the same things that I did before without the water. I still get that oak up front, get that vanilla, I get the nutty note, and that orange zest. It's just a little bit more faint. So not much change on that. Let's see if the palate's any different. Cheers. Yeah, it's the same thing on the palate. Everything's just more toned down a bit, but I still get the spice. I still get the vanilla and the brown sugar and that oaky finish. So I'd stick around with the without the water, since it didn't change that much. So my final thoughts about this whiskey right here. It's a pretty good whiskey. It's not bad tasting at all. It actually surprised me. I was expecting something that was a bit too watered down, but hey, Canadians know what they're doing. They know how to blend their stuff, and that's why they're in business all these years. I would say go ahead and pick this up if you haven't. At least give it a try. You know, it's not something that's overly complex. It's something that you can use to just come home and relax and not think too much about it. Just get your day over with a nice tasting whiskey. So my question of the day is, have you tried this before? And if you have, how do you like drinking it? Put in the comments below. So if you like this review, why don't you give me a thumbs up, share this video with your friends. If you're new to the channel, why don't you consider go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me right there. And hit that bell notification. It'll alert you when I upload my next video. Having said that, cheers. See you in the next video. Bye.